Start your mornings the ABC way, where all your dreams come true on the Love Boat, where fighting is fun on the Family Feud. And on Ryan's Hope, Jack Finelli, a man in love with two women, Lee, the woman who's sharing his bed, and Mary, the dead woman who's haunting his life.
You are scared to death. This woman's getting through to you, Jack.
I love you.
You know I haven't left you.
Don't miss the haunting of Jack Finelli, a different kind of love story on Ryan's Hope, weekdays.
Wonderful, isn't it? A loaf of bread, a jug of wine, and thou beside me, singing in the wilderness.
Well, I wouldn't exactly call it the wilderness. We have a loaf of caviar and a jug of champagne in our room.
You're a dreadful little pragmatist, aren't you? I prefer to think of it as the two of us on a desert isle. You being the ideal woman to be marooned.
Oh, thank you, darling.
Tell me, who would be your ideal man to be marooned?
I haven't met him yet.
You're supposed to say me.
All right, all right. Give me another one of these and I'll say anything you want.
Yeah, you're feeling a bit better today, aren't you? It must be the magical rays of the sun doing you good.
Well, I will feel a lot healthier when I get a tan.
Yes, you could do with a bit of color. You were quite pale yesterday. Must have been after you read the article in the Monticello paper about Schuyler's engagement.
What are you talking about? I didn't even read that article. I just looked at the picture, and quite frankly, it made me sick.
Yes, but why? You knew about it before, when we left Monticello.
Well, if you must know, I hate the girl.
I think Valerie Bryson is a perfectly nice girl.
There you see, you two, you're taken in by her nicey-nicey act.
But what do you expect? I mean, lurking under that beautiful facade is some kind of an axe murderess?
Men wouldn't understand.
Well, maybe I would. Why don't you try me?
All right. I dated Sky, right? Even though I don't want him anymore. I just hate the thought of her getting him. There, I said it.
Feminine mystique. Not that there's really much mystique. But I suppose it's understandable. It's a human reaction.
Yes, well, I can't help the way I feel. At least I'm honest.
And I'm very happy that you are.
Good. Now can we change the subject?
I tried to yesterday, but you didn't want to hear. Maybe you aren't that interested in my business activities after all.
No, that's not true. It's just that I didn't feel well, and I wasn't sure whether I could concentrate on a serious conversation.
All right. So when you're quite ready to hear all about my life, just say a word.
I know that this is going to look like I'm running out when there's still a lot left to say, but I've got to catch that 3 o'clock flight to Washington. This is the next step in the CEA plan. See, Cameron is still pulling strings.
Go, Sky. I don't think I can take much more of this anyway.
You're a very special lady, Valerie Bryson. And who knows if things have been different. But as it is, someday you'll consider yourself lucky for having escaped me. I just hope that someday you'll be able to forgive me.
Hi, Nancy. A little late, I'm sorry. Hey, it doesn't matter, I don't have a schedule.
How are you?
I'm okay. For someone who's just been kicked off the mountain.
I'm so terribly sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry too, Nancy. I'm sorry I didn't listen to you a long time ago.
Heaven hears your yearning.
The Edge of Night is brought to you by All Temperature Cheer, tough on dirt in today's cooler temperatures. And by All Vegetable Crisco. Crisco makes pie crust flaky.
When we have a party, you'll find me dancing, and you'll find Doolittle eating. There's some mighty good Crisco cooks around here, and they all try to outdo each other. So they're always coming up with some great new Crisco recipes, like crispy potato puffs.
Don't taste greasy.
And peach tarts, leggy crust. Oh, boy, Annie, those look good.
They're shrimp croquettes.
Oh, well, how'd you make them?
Well, first you chop up your shrimp.
Add flour, milk, onions, and spices. Then you mold them and deep fry in Crisco until they're golden brown and crispy. Then you top them with this cream sauce.
That's good cooking, Ma. Why don't you get the recipe?
I will if you get up there and dance.
Look for Loretta's recipes in your favorite women's magazines.
Crisco leaves brown every time. Get it, honey, get it.
Remember roller rinks? I always skated with my Steady Eddie and my favorite white pleated skirt, at least till creepy Jimmy Carlson started showing off.
But Mom cleaned it with Cheer and hot water. Today, I wash differently, in more warm and cold water. And Cheer knows it. That's why today's all-temperature Cheer is so tough and warm and cold. How tough? Tough enough to clean these in warm, and tough enough to clean this collar in cold, and without pre-treating. Here's that collar. Cheer cleaned it in cold without pre-treating. And these, Cheer did great and warm. See? Cheer's changed with the times. Even roller skating's changed. But I think I can adapt.
In today's cooler temperatures, you can trust today's Cheer.
Oh, yuck, that'll never do.
Do you want some help with that?
I'd love some.
Are you crazy trying to move this all by yourself? What are you two doing?
Just seeing if a new grouping will look any better.
What, for the third time in 2 days?
I guess I'm just looking for a change in anything. Maybe I should just reupholster everything.
Well, would you do me a favor and think about it later and think about what you're going to have for lunch now? I mean, I know you're going to need a lot of healthy food after all this exercise. Jody, what about you?
No, I'm having lunch with Dee Dee.
Mrs. C?
Could you fix me an omelet?
Well, you'd be surprised what I can cook up.
Oh, no, I wouldn't. Madame Blavatsky.
How did you find out about that? Who is the blabbermouth?
Never mind, really. I never knew you were so talented.
Well, actually, she's just a medium talent.
Oh, come on, stop teasing me about that. Listen, I feel guilty enough pretending to be somebody else in that seance.
Well, don't worry about it. I know that you were coaxed into doing it, and you did it because you thought it was going to help me.
Yeah, I certainly did. You know, your lawyer, Mr. Nelson, he really thought that Gunther fellow was going to break down like a baby when he saw the ghost of Nora.
Except he didn't.
Well, I mean, he did. He broke down, but not for the reasons that we all thought he was going to.
I know. It's just so disappointing because Gunther really did have a motive for wanting Nora dead.
Yeah, no. It's really too bad the plan fizzled out. Well, anyway, I'm going to go make the omelet. How would you like it? Soft or firm or medium?
Oh, dear.
These jokes have got to stop. Well, anyway, it's nice to see you laughing. I just want you to hang on because something's going to turn up soon. I know it.
Wagner, sit down.
Thanks.
How about taking off the hat, huh?
Oh, yeah, sure. Sorry, I forgot.
Yeah, well, we're hoping you'll remember a couple of more important details for us.
Well, I guess this is what you boys call grilling, huh?
No, we don't grill people here, Wagner. We just talk. We ask a few questions, and we get a few answers that maybe will bring us a little closer to the truth.
Truth about what?
Come on, Gunther. What else would you be here about?
The whole truth about what happened the night of Nora Fulton's murder and just how you were involved.
Well, look, I already told you
that we
I...
know what you already told us. Let's just consider this a second, or is it a third chance to remember a few of those details that you may have one way or another forgotten, accidentally, of course.
Okay. I admit that I didn't tell the whole story before because...
Not because why?
Well, because I was just plain scared. Now, look, I thought that I needed to get out of town. Now, come on, you guys know about that. It's just that I suddenly realized that that I'd lost my last paycheck in a card game. I mean, I couldn't even get across town, let alone get out of town. So I needed a little money so I could get a bus ticket, go to Chicago. So I tried to put the touch on a couple of guys, no dice. And then I remembered what Nora told me about, you know, getting this bundle from Mrs. Cavanaugh. 25 grand, she said.
What was Nora getting this money for?
I don't know, some kind of fee. I didn't know what it was for because Nora didn't want to tell me.
And naturally, you didn't care to ask.
That's right. Well, anyways, I was going down to the studio that night to see if I could get the loan from Nora. Only before I got to the studio, I met her out in the street, and that's where I asked her for the loan.
For how much?
$5,000.
$5,000 just to get out of town? That's a bit much, don't you think?
Well, I thought I might need a little nest egg to get started in Chicago. So I told Nora that I was going to buy a car so she and I could go touring around the country before we spent all the money that she was getting from the TV lady. Anyways, you know, like the timing was all wrong because she hadn't collected the money from Mrs. Cavanaugh yet.
No? So then what did she give you?
2 C notes.
Only $200. That must have been very disappointing.
Yeah, well, it was, yeah.
And the difference between what you asked for and what you got, did that make you angry?
Yes, it did. Hey, wait a minute. It didn't make me sore enough to want to kill her. And that's the truth.
That's the truth?
Yes, it is. I took that money and I beat it the hell out of town right then and there.
She was on her way to pick up $25,000 and you didn't follow her to the studio?
No, I didn't. Look, you can ask the cop who was on the beat. I mean, he caught me going in the opposite direction, didn't he?
You wear a wig sometimes, don't you?
Yes, I do. And if you want to know if I was wearing it the night Nora was killed, yes, I was. Look, I wear it all the time when I go to Chicago. On account of it gets a little chilly up there, okay?
You have any other questions, Stoner?
No, Chief.
All right, Wagner. You can go.
Yes, sir, Chief. Thanks a lot.
Sure. All right, do we believe him?
Well, I guess I do now. I talked to a couple of the ticket agents at the bus station this morning, and one of the guys remembers Gunther buying that ticket.
So how come they remember now and they didn't before?
We gave him a different description. We were looking for a big, bald guy, not a big man with hair. Anyway, the guy recalled that Gunther paid for it with one of those $100 bills, and according to the bus schedule, when Nora Fulton was being strangled, he was indeed on his way to Chicago.
No diet in the world will help you lose weight until you do one thing: control your appetite.
My appetite was my whole problem, but with Dexatrim, I wasn't hungry and I lost weight.
The Extra Strength Dexatrim Diet Plan, the strongest appetite control formula you can buy without prescription. Dexatrim helps you eat less and lose weight.
With Dexatrim, I wasn't always thinking about food. I ate less and I lost weight.
Extra Strength Dexatrim. No appetite control capsule works harder to help you lose weight.
Is Peter Pan calling you? Is Peter Pan calling you? Hey, peanut butter lovers, you know there's no other. Is Peter Pan calling you?
The rich, teasing, tempting taste of Peter Pan. Wouldn't it taste great right about now?
So come on and give in. You know you want to dig in. Is Peter Pan calling you?
Is this all right for you?
Oh, this
Sure,
is great.
this is
fine, thank you.
Well, I don't know about you, but I am starving.
Me too.
I'll get your menus right now.
Ah, thank you.
Great. So, been to any good seances lately?
You really want to know?
No, look, I can't knock Cliff for trying. I'm about ready to try anything myself, so I'm grateful to all of you. Well, tell me how it was. You were there.
It was weird. It was fun, though, and even a little scary. Mrs. Goodman was a real hoot.
It's too bad she didn't get a confession.
Yeah, but at least she did convince Cliff that our job is not to prove somebody else's guilt, but to prove Nicole's innocence, or at least diminish the degree of her culpability since she's already confessed.
Well, I still think there's another possibility.
Oh, yeah? Like what?
Well, I can't help thinking about the possibility of Preacher's guilt. Jody, I thought you weren't seeing that guy
Now, wait
anymore.
a second. Don't try and talk me out of this. After all, you were the one that mentioned the idea he had a motive to kill Nora. Remember that?
Uh-huh. And I'm also very sorry I ever made that comment. I'm doing the exact same thing that I accused Cliff of doing, of trying to suggest someone else's guilt.
No, you were right. Preacher was afraid. He was afraid Nora was going to try and pin the blame on him for Barbara's beating.
Jody, I said the preacher may have thought that, not that he did. I mean, Gunther had a motive, too. So did a lot of people in this town, but that doesn't mean that they killed Nora Fulton. Just forget it.
Well, Dee Dee, I'm not saying that he's guilty. I have no proof. I'm just saying that I think he's capable of violence. The violence that it might take to kill somebody.
Jody, you just gave the best reason on earth for you not to see that guy anymore. Besides, I thought you had crossed him off your social list.
No, I just did that so, he would be more interested.
Well, hello, lovely ladies.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. We haven't ordered yet, so you want to look at the menu?
Yeah, I'm starving after all the mental exercise I had this morning.
Have you decided what you want?
Well, I think I'll have a turkey club.
Okay.
Make that too.
I'll make it unanimous. I spent the morning listening to the dulcet tones of one Gunther Wagner explain exactly what he was doing the night Nora Fulton was murdered.
Yeah, and what was the bottom line?
Bottom line is, he's off the hook. I have statements to corroborate all of his claims. Sorry.
That's kind of what I figured.
Yeah, anyway, look. Give this back to Cliff for me, will you? It's the tape of the seance.
Ah.
I'm done with it. We've got a transcript down at headquarters.
Boy, I would love to hear this. You want to hear it now? I've got a tape player with me. I always use one whenever I have to do a lot of research. It's a lot easier than taking notes.
Really? You ever put anything on there about me?
Nothing that would be admissible in court.
All right, listen, let me try this. I left this cued because, something a little puzzling on here. Listen to this.
She says you, Gunther Wagner, was the last person to see her alive on this earth, do you remember?
She's lying, she's dead, and she's still lying.
No, look at me, Gunther Wagner. She remembers the dark street and the dark night. Don't you remember?
No, it's a lie.
No, she's not lying. Listen to me. It is the truth. You were there together in the cold wind. I saw you there.
She sounds really convincing.
And the woman.
Oh, here's the part,
Wait. Shh. Something is different here. What is it? Yes, no, there was a man and a woman. The woman was wearing a long brown coat and...
Well, there you go.
What about it?
Well, look, there was no coat found on Nora Fulton's body. All right? Now, there was a brown coat later discovered in the studio and was identified as being hers, but there was never any mention of it in the press. Obviously, Mrs. Goodman knew about that coat. Question is, how?
Great cake, hon. I had to have seconds.
You had thirds, but who's counting?
Here's another dish.
The dishes are done, and so are the pans. But Dawn can handle that.
You're going to wash this after greasy pans?
No, you are, with Dawn.
Hey, nothing feels greasy. The water, my hands, nothing. And my plate looks as good as the first.
No kidding.
Dawn did some job on the chocolate cake.
So did you.
Dawn takes grease out of your way.
I can't find my sweater.
Don't forget to brush.
Dad, I'm tired of Mom working.
Come on, she doesn't stop looking after you. Right down to this. Mom even makes sure we have advanced formula crest with Fluorostat.
Why?
Gives even more protection than the crest we grew up on. She wants you to get even fewer cavities than we did. And to find your own sweater.
Time to grow up, huh?
With Crest, your kids could have even fewer cavities than you did.
After a tough match, or even a not-so-tough match, you probably think I use a deodorant soap. Wrong. I made the break from deodorant soaps way back. A clean break with Ivory. Look, Ivory's a basic, natural soap to give you an honest clean. See, Ivory doesn't mix up clean with deodorants or heavy perfumes. They don't get you clean. Ivory's made to do one thing, get me as clean as I can be. That's an honest clean.
Make a clean break with Ivory. No soap can get you cleaner, no matter how hard you try.
It's been a terrible time, Valerie. Terrible for you and for us. But I can't tell you how relieved I am that it's over. I'm just so sorry that you had to overhear it instead of be told by Sky himself.
Well, there's no easy way to hear something like that. No easy way for anyone to tell you.
No, there isn't.
There are a lot of things that are clear to me now, though, Nancy. The way you acted. Why you were so intent on warning me about getting involved. But I still don't understand why you couldn't have just told me.
I wanted to, Valerie, desperately, but it was impossible. It all came under the heading of top secret. Top secret.
Well, I guess it wasn't easy for you and Mike, was it?
It was all that pretending, the frustration of not being able to do anything about it. It was like being at the scene of an accident and not doing anything to help. Well, it wouldn't have gone on much longer, and Mike was right to have told you everything, even though it was done without David Cameron's approval.
Sky was going to tell me, though. I'm sure of it. I overheard him say that to Mike. He wasn't going to get onto that plane to Washington without revealing his feelings to me himself, face to face.
Yeah. I'm sure he would have. Timing is everything, isn't it? Valerie, he was in many ways bullied and threatened, and he was put into a corner.
A victim, the way I was.
Ian Devereaux would never have gone through with that wedding if he suspected there was any chance of any emotional attachment between Sky and Raven.
And that is the ultimate truth, isn't it? He does love her, doesn't he?
With a little luck, you're gonna find.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, man, these are incredible. What are they?
Blanter's Punch, sometimes called Raging Bull.
Why are they called Raging Bull?
It's one punch and you're out.
Oh, God. Anyway, what is the recipe?
Waiter?
Well, our bartender uses 3 ounces rum, 1 ounce lime, just a dash of sugar, a dash of grenadine, filled with orange juice.
Thank you. You think you can remember all that?
No, but when he brings me my next one, I'll ask him again.
Hey, we don't have to stay here forever, you know. There are lots of other islands we could explore.
Oh, I want to go to the French islands. I love the French. I love the cuisine. I love the clothes, the perfume, the lingerie.
Yes, well, as I told you, I have to avoid the French islands.
I thought you said you had to avoid France.
Yes, so I prefer to avoid the islands that are under French protection.
You are really weird.
Or would you prefer to go home?
No, no, no. I didn't say that.
Good. Neither would I, especially with my first wife back in Monticello. But honestly, I wouldn't mind if we stayed here for the rest of our lives. How about you?
It's very nice and quiet.
Presenting new Sara Lee croissants.
Sara Lee croissant? No, no. Only the French can make the true croissant. Ooh, so light, so flaky, so buttery, so French.
So, how do you like new Sara Lee croissants?
I love them. Tell me, this Sara Lee, she's French, no?
Nobody does it like Sara Lee.
In 3 delicious flavors.
I'm sorry, darling. I didn't mean to bring up such an unpleasant subject on such a nice day. You're having too good a time to worry about Patricia Devereaux.
Oh, so she kept your name, did she?
Yes.
Why?
To irritate me, I suppose. Anyway, enough of this. What say we go down to the beach?
Oh, I think, I'm hitting a sinking spell. Why don't you go down to the beach and I'll take a shower.
All right. I'm going to go for a swim. I'll see you in half an hour.
Okay.
Guess what?
What?
I love you.
Pardon me, madam. Care for another drink?
Oh, no, 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 no.
The gentleman sitting over there would like to send you one with his compliments.
Tell him no, thank you. Thank you for the offer. Do I know you from somewhere?
Well, no, you know, you do remind me of someone I knew when I was young and foolish. Very foolish. Raven.
Butter? I thought we were eating lighter.
Got butter, and we are.
Then it's margarine, same old fat and calories.
No, 25% less fat and calories and less salt.
New Fleischmann's Light, the only one with 25% less salt, 25% less fat, 25% less calories than regular margarine.
Next, you'll say it's delicious.
Nope. You will.
It's delicious.
New Fleischmann's Light, for the lighter way you're eating today.
Perfect. Of course, we'll need a bigger tree.
Gracious, whatever for?
Oh, gonna make a movie, Keebler, all about your club crackers, the saltine story.
Oh, they're not saltines. We give our club crackers a rich, distinctive taste that's a step above saltines.
Stupendous. This is gonna be big. Club crackers, a step above saltines.
Made by elves.
Elves? No, we're thinking big.
Keebler Club Crackers, a taste that's a step above saltines.
Monday, meet Linda Evans, Robert Mitchum, and Eddie Murphy on an extraordinary Barbara Walters special. Then the 55th Academy Awards live on television's biggest night.
Tonight, when life and death are on the line, Dr. Tom Ryan fights back with the people who care. It's his job to make them pros, to handle the emergencies and deal with the stress, both on and off duty. Ryan's 4, a special preview tonight on ABC.
Tonight on ABC's World News Tonight, new disclosures reveal U.S. involvement in the case of Klaus Barbie. How could a Nazi war criminal visit here and not be caught? Were Americans protecting the butcher of Lyon? ABC News, uniquely qualified to bring you the world.
It's Francis star Jessica Lange, Airplane's Robert Hayes, and the Fall Guys' Heather Thomas. All on Entertainment Tonight at 7:30 tonight on Channel 7.
Good afternoon. I'm Ernie Anastas. Coming up today on the 5 o'clock Eyewitness News, we have uncovered evidence about a danger of a chemical used as a pesticide in homes in our area. We'll have an exclusive report, and we'll also have this.
I'm Maxine Black with Norris McWhirter. He wrote the Guinness Book of World Records, and today, some New Yorkers try to break those records. Do they succeed?
Well, let's see.
We'll have that story.
Tonight, a special movie preview.
I do my job and I take what comes, and I don't get emotional about it.
Dr. Ingrid Sorensen,
If you get pulled into every crisis that comes your way, you won't be able to do your work.
tough as nails,
I don't feel anything.
with a heart of gold.
It's not the ones you lose. It's the ones you save.
She's part of the team that cares.
She's fighting to stay alive, and you fight right along with her.
One of Ryan's 4, tonight at 9:30, 8:30 Central and Mountain.
Put a smile on your face, start the morning out right. Get delighted with Sunny Delight. That juicy good taste keeps the whole day bright. Get excited, get delighted with Sunny Delight.
Sunny Delight Florida Citrus Punch brand, made with delicious orange, tangerine, and lime juices. Vitamin enriched for all the family, all the time.
Get delighted with Sunny Delight.
In the dairy or produce section.
America's answer woman, Ann Landers, answers my questions on 2020.